Hello Flosstube, my name is Kenny and this is my channel, Kenny Stitches. I'm also Kenny Stitches over on Instagram and this is my channel all about cross stitch. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. And if you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. Today is part 4 of my WIP parade, finally. This is gonna be my fancy ladies video. So Mira's, Nora's, Bella's, Joan Elliott's, and a couple other designers thrown in who design beautiful ladies. And fairies, mermaids, what have you. So with my other 3 WIP parades, my current WIP count was 231. I finished 2 of those WIPs, so we are down to 229. And I'm thinking that with this video, we may cross into the high 300s, if not 400s. So let's get started. Buckle up and plan to stay a while because I've got a lot to show. So as always, I'm gonna start with some of the projects I have going on that I don't have the cover photos for that I will insert. So first, this is Bluebell from Nora Corbett. And this fabric is, I believe, from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a Jobelin, and I think it's called Sugar Plum Fairies. Next is another Nora Corbett. This is Ophelia's Pearl. And I'll pop in the cover photo. This is one that is really close to finish, and I should just finish it, but yeah, here's where I am. I'm not sure what fabric this is. I know it is a Jobelin and probably a 32 count, and I'm stitching everything as charted. So she has like ribbons coming off the side here that I need to do, and then just her upper body, her hair, her hands, and then bead, and she'll be finished. So here's her progress on her. Next, this is Miss Moth. Yeah, Miss Moth from Nora Corbett. I don't know what the fabric is. It's an opal Lugana. I think this was a Mania start a couple years ago. And right now, it's kind of hard to see, but that's going to be surrounded by other things. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on it. Some of these things were Mania starts or, you know, start-alongs, and just were never touched afterwards. So this is a WIP I inherited from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics. She did not, she didn't like the fabric or didn't want to finish it, but this is Rose Pixie from Nora Corbett. Literally, I just have to finish her hair and her wings and she'll be done. So, it's an Under the Sea Fabrics, I think. Something Leslie dyed. It's an opal Lugana. But I've had it, I think I've known Leslie for 11, 12 years, and I've had it about as long as I've known her. So next, this is Whispers of Sakura from Crossstitching Art Designs. And the fabric is lilac 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. And here's my little start on her. I was stitching from an iPad on it, and I hate stitching from my iPad, but I did finally print the pattern, so this is one I'd like to get back to. I'm probably going to say that a lot. This is one I'd like to get back to, or I'm going to keep this out. So next is the Dark Queen of the Sea stitch along from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I think I got part 1 done and was into part 2. My fabric is Hecate. 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is where I'm at on her. Complete with the Autumn Lane needle minders and a needle minder from Leslie, the Stitching Sirens Retreat. I do really like her. I'm terrible with Sal's, so she is on my mind, or on my, you know, in my thoughts to kind of work on her. This one is another Cross-Stitching Art Designs. It's called Azure Elegance. There's the cover photo. And this is my little progress start on her. I don't know what this fabric is. It's a 32 count linen. Maybe from Under the Sea Fabrics, like a Miss Dye or something, but yeah, there's my start. Ideally, I would love for this video to be under 2 hours. This is Audrey, My Fair Lady from Cross-Stitching Art Designs. And I'm stitching this on a silk weaver, I think a 16 count Aida. Here is my progress on her. Every so often I kind of get this out and throw some stitches in it to hopefully finish one day. She's really cute. This is another Cross-Stitching Art Designs. This is Angelica. And this is on, it's a Silk Weaver Opal Lugana. I think it's called Strawberry Milkshake. Here's the cover photo. And here's my little tiny start. I think I just said this is Strawberry Milkshake Opal Lugana from Silk Weaver. Again, just a little start. I think this was also a Mania start, so many years ago. I'm not gonna lie, some of these WIPs have probably not been touched in 9 to 10 years. This is another Cross-Stitching Art Designs. This is Christine the Winter Muse. And the fabric is Air Bubbles, 28 count Opal Lugana from Pole Stitches. Here's my progress on it. There we go, that's pretty good right there. If I don't know a fabric, I usually say this at the start, but if I don't know a fabric, I will kind of, if you need to know or want to know what it is, I will kind of go back through my Facebook and my Instagram to find out what it is. So one more without the cover photo. This is Belle de Mer from Joan Elliott. And this is my progress on her. So this fabric is from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a 32 count linen, and it is now known as Blush and Bashful, but it was previously known as Shut Up Karen in our group of friends. So my friend Karen at Meridian Designs wanted a pink fabric from Leslie's, and Leslie dyed it and called it Shut Up Karen. This one was a relatively new start that I started in the last week or so. This is Regina, the Lion Maiden from Cross-Stitching Art Designs. And I only have the black and white photo, but I made a small start on it. So this is my start in the top left corner. The fabric is Midsummer Night from Under the Sea Fabrics Opal Belfast. And that's my start that I got so far. Next, this is Whispers from Wonderland from Crossstitching Art Designs. And I'm stitching this on 40 count opal linen. The color is Flower Patch from Be Stitch Me. These designs are great. They don't have like a ton of beads, and you can swap them for like petites or delicas if you want to stitch them on a higher count, but this is where I'm at on her. Her face is just incredible. And I'm stitching that with one thread over two. This is Poison Ivy Pixie from Nora Corbett. And I know this is an Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it's called Anthea. It's an opal 32 count linen. Just a teeny tiny piddly start. I think it was a Mania start. My friend Debbie just asked me what I was doing for Mania, and I said I hadn't really thought about it. And I really haven't. I don't think it's been the same since the group stopped, and I have done it a couple times, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just focus on some of these small Nora whips and try to, like, you know, bust those out. So next, this is, let me preface this. I have so many whips and have barely touched some of them since I started them. And I went with my friend Brandy to some cross stitch shops a couple weeks ago, and I was showing her these patterns and like, I have these. I really want to start these someday. I already did. So this is Miss Honeybee. And I'm stitching her on Ophelia 28 count opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it goes like this. I just have a tiny start on this, but yeah. And then not only did I start Miss Honeybee and not think about it, I also started Miss Queen Bee. And I'm stitching her on Anya 28 count opal Lugana. The fabrics are very similar. They're really light pink. Ophelia has a little bit more yellow in it, but again, just a tiny start. Also, all my fancy ladies were in like 3 totes. So I did not think, I thought I had misplaced some of them, and then I realized, oh, the tote was sitting next to me. Here they are. This is a conversion. I can't even tell you. The original chart is Mari from Nora Corbett. With the help of my friend Karen, I've turned her into Elsa from Frozen. This is a Sunny Dyes. I don't even know if they make fabric anymore, but a Sunny Dyes Youthful Hands fabric. My plan is she has like a checkerboard coat, and I'm going to stitch it in metallics in different shades of blue. I don't care for stitching on this fabric, but I've got so much done I need to finish it. This is Letters from Mermaids by Nora Corbett. This is the C letter. And I had started stitching this for one of my stepdaughters a few years ago, and I just kind of I just stopped. But here's my start, or progress, I guess. It's more than a start, but This fabric is a 32 count linen. I don't know what it is. Honestly, maybe it's a sugar maple fabric. Maybe it's a sugar maple fabric, but I am using the overdyes that it calls for. So yeah. My thought was if I just finish all the stuff on the inside of that box, then I can just go and fill in that yellow green all the way across and it'd just be mindless, so. This is not really a fancy lady, but it is designed by a fancy lady designer. It is part of the Nora Corbett collection. It's cream and sugar teacups from Nora Corbett. And this fabric is, it's something from Die Stitch Love. She's no longer in business, but here's my progress. I finished the Petal Teacup, minus one side of the border here. And then I started Tulip. I'm almost positive I have enough room at the bottom for the other two, or the two across. I wasn't sure how I wanted to range them, but I guess I wanted to start like this, so. These are so, they're so delicate and detailed. I think this fabric might be called Miami Sunset. She was from Florida, so. Next, this is Glittering Leaves from Nora Corbett. And here's my progress. This is on Astraeus 28 count Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. And again, this was a Mania start a couple years ago. I love the colors in it. And the water lilies that it uses is really pretty. It's hot peppers. Oh, and it uses another one, Tequila Sunrise, but I haven't even got that far yet, so. Now I'm seriously thinking about a Nora Corbett mania. Alright, this one I'm counting as 2 WIPs. I was just lazy and didn't cut my fabric in half. So it's Miss Solar Ellipse and Miss Lowell's Dagger Wing. There's Miss Lowell's Dagger Wing, and this is Miss Solar Ellipse. And this fabric is an Under the Sea fabric. I don't have the tag. It's a 32 count linen. I'll fold it in half and show one at a time. So this one is Miss Solar Ellipse. And then this one is Miss Lowell's Dagger Wing. So crisscross, when you're counting this, 2 WIPs. She's been counting all my WIPs in my videos, and she will give me this WIP count, I'm sure. And then in my May or April update, I will reveal the final number, because I have had a couple starts since my last couple WIP parades, so. This one is Buttercup from Nora Corbett. And it's stitched on Hera 28 count Lugana from, 28 count Jubilee from Sugar Maple Fabrics. And this is actually a Mania start I made progress on and kept working on after Mania, so. Here's my progress on her. My friend Leah has finished her, and she's so cute when she's done. So if I do the Nora Corbett Mania, this is one I'm gonna keep. This is one I'm gonna work on. one is Monk's Hood from Nora Corbett. I tried to group all this together before I started filming, so this is a small start on her. This is a Jobelin of some kind, and I don't know who it's by, but this is my start. And of course, I did not save the tag to it. This one is Miss Dragonfly. This is another one that I love. And I think this is a Fabrics by Stephanie Jobelin. I can't tell you what it is, but I think it goes like this. But here's my start on it. This one is Bissell. I love her. I think her little dress is so cute. I love the mask. This is on, I kept the tag on this one. This is on Dying for You, Opening Night Glitters 32 count opal linen. Here's my start on her. Again, this was a Mania start. Umpteen years ago. I don't know if I did before in the beginning, but let me again apologize for the bag crinkling. But it is what it is. This is Lady Skane from Nora Corbett. Fabric is Sugar Plum Fairies, 28 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I think it goes like this. Not very far at all. One is Foxglove from Nora Corbett. And this is on 28 count Lugana Black Magic from Under the Sea Fabrics. Again, everything's as charted, all DMC. This one is Water Reeds from Nora Corbett. I think this is a Fiberlicious fabric. It's a Jobelin. I don't know the name, but it was a Jobelin. This is Angel White Trumpet from Nora Corbett. And I believe this is Avalon, Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. There's a bunch of white so far. This one is North Atlantic Mermaid from Nora Corbett. And I'm stitching it on Maldiv's 28 count Jovelin from Fiberlicious. Just a little teeny tiny start. My last two Nora Corbett WIPs. This is Gwen. And I'm stitching it on this, I think, is a 32 count Jovelin. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I love the way the green looks on it. This is Manurva. And this is on 32 count Winterbrook Opal Linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is another one that just needs to be finished. Okay. This one is Orduha from Bella Filipina. I'm stitching this one with Tyler Willet Stitch here on YouTube or Flosstube and Instagram. We started in different places, but here's my progress on her. We started this on March 29th for International Mermaid Day. My fabric is Hecate Opal 28 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was my New Year start this year. This is Maguayan from Bella Filipina. And wait a second. Oh, you know what? No, that's not the right bag. Well, hold on. This is another Nora Corbett project. This is Lily Pad Sprite. I think, yeah. I think the fabric is Under the Sea Fabrics Jovelin, but I don't know what. It had some mist dyes on it, so. We're gonna hold on Magway until I find it. It's in this bucket though. This is Woodland Goddess from Joan Elliott. I think a couple years ago I did a Joan Elliott Mania. This is my start on her. This is Iris, 32 count Jovelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. This one is Raina Paw's from Bella Filipina. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Buttercup from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was a Mania start too. I don't know which way it goes, but that's my little start on it. This is the Time Traveler from Joan Elliott. And I'm stitching this on, I think this is Beach Walk, 28 count Jovelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. This one, I don't know if I have a photo of both sides. It's Joan Elliott's Cinderella in Rags and Riches. I have the Riches side. I have the magazine, I just didn't dig it out for this. But here's my progress on her. This is 32 count Looking Glass Opal Belfast from Under the Sea Fabrics. So one side is the Riches side, and then the one side is like the rag side where she's the cleaning Cinderella. This one is a Hashi and Ricamo Artisma. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one or not. Excuse me. This is on Misty Morning, 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I may frock this, but I don't know. All right, I found it now. So this is Maguayan. She was my New Year's start. And this is on Blue Morpho 32 count linen from Seraphim Fabrics. It's hard to see. That whole thing around her head is metallic. And beads. This one is Enchantress of the Abyss from Bella Filipina. And I'm stitching it on a 32 count linen. I'm not super far on it. I think it's a Fabrics by Stephanie. I think it's either Gina. I think it's Gina. I may be wrong though. This is probably my furthest completed Bella. This is Gaia, the Earth Goddess. And I'm stitching her on 32 count stone washed linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I have her skin over 1. And this is my progress on her. Let's see, her skin's over 1. Leslie says that she reminds her of Cher. I kind of see it. Okay, this one is Bellatrix. I'm stitching this on Ceridwen from Fabrics by Stephanie on a 32 count linen. Just a straight line of pink. I think this one was the first Bella I started. This is Heiress of Atlantis. And I'm stitching it on Atlantis from Under the Sea Fabrics. And it's a 32 count linen. This one is Akila, Queen of the Skies. And I know I messed up somewhere. Where, I don't know, in this yellow. This is a Die Stitch Love fabric. It's no longer in business. Here's my progress on her. It's a 32 count linen too. So I need to figure out where I messed up before I pick it back up. This one is Pearl of the Orient Seas. And I believe this is Galen 32 count opal linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is my tiny little piddly start. This is Mayari, Deity of the Moon. I do have all 3 of these, the series. This is the only one that started, and I have the same fabric for all 3. The fabric is Banshee 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. And this is my progress on her. The other 2 are completely kitted and ready to go, but this was the one I wanted to start first. This one is Luna Mystica. And this one is on a sugar maple fabric. This is probably my favorite piece of fabric for some reason. I've been on the hunt for another piece. They're hard to come by because they're not dyed anymore. My friend Cassie at Autumn Lane Stitchery has a piece, and she supposedly left it to me in her will. But this is my progress on her. I'd love to have another piece to stitch the other one on, but I do have a contingency fabric for the other one, Sol Tropica. It's so full of metallics in that moon and water lilies. So if you have a piece of this in your stash and are willing to part with it, please let me know. Okay, this one is, this is Brilliant Mermaid from Dome. I got the pattern years ago from eBay. This is that's her. My friend Leslie, she worked out a complete, because it's charted with like Chinese or Japanese threads, she worked out a complete Mill Hill and Krennic conversion. I started this, I think last year for Mania. This is on Caribbean Blue 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. And just a tiny little start there. This is Maiden and the Dragon from Joan Elliott. And I'm stitching this on 32 count opal apple blossoms from Fabrics by Stephanie. That's my little start. This one is the Rainbow Fairy from Joan Elliott. And I'm stitching her on Maya 28 count gold Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it goes like this. Some of these Joan Elliott's, I did a Joan Elliott Mania a couple years ago, and these were the result of that, so. This is the Earth Goddess from Joan Elliott. And this is on, this was in my stash. It has no tag, never had a tag on it. I know it's a 32 count. No, it's a 28 count Joblin. Here's my start on it. It's very similar to the cover photo. This is the Winter Geisha from Joan Elliott. I'm stitching it on Tallulah 32 count linen from Seraphim Fabrics. my progress. She went in timeout for a while. I had to rip out all these tree stems and like from here down to the moon because I did something incorrectly. It just wouldn't line up. This one is Fairy of the Rain from Joan. And it's being stitched on a 32 count Lugana. I don't know the name. This was another mania start in my Joan mania. This one is Fairy of the Wind. And I'm stitching it on, I believe this is called Unicorn Dreams. It's an opal 32 count from Fiberlicious. That's my progress. I love this fabric. This is Canadian Beauty from Joan Elliott. And I'm stitching this on Nantucket Sky 28 count Jobelin from Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my progress. Then this is my last Joan. This is the very first Joan Elliott I started. It's the first one I ever bought. This is the Autumn Fairy. And I'm stitching this. I believe it's no longer made. I think it was called Fern from Fabrics by Stephanie. It's a 28 count Jobelin. And that's pretty true. It's not washing it out at all, really. This one is from Meridian Designs. This is Sweet Maple. And I'm stitching this on, it's a 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I can't think of the name. This is my start on her. The dinky dyes Karen uses in the leaves and the rest of the design are like, they're incredible. They're so soft, they're so nice to work with. moving into the big box. This is all my mirrors. So first up, this is Royal Games 1. And I'm stitching them as a complete card set. So I'm started with the Queen of Spades, and I'm gonna stitch her twice, like upside down. So I'll stitch them 4 pieces basically. This is on 32 count Looking Glass opal linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I do have all 4 pieces of Looking Glass for the cards. And I have this pattern kitted. I don't have the other card set kitted, but I think a lot of them are the same colors. This is Shimmering Mermaid from Mirabilia. They're all Mirabilia now at this point. I'm stitching this on 32 count linen Shimmering Azure from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is another one that just needs finished. Everything that's left in that tail there is beads, I believe. I don't know if I'm gonna stitch the border or the compass. I don't know. I feel like if I stitch the compass, she needs the border, but I don't know. Maybe I can just stitch this and then I'll see if I want to stitch the border. This one you've seen a lot in my last few videos. This is Alice. And I am not gonna stitch the curtains here. I'm just gonna stitch the frame and her dress and the ribbons and her. I am filling in the Looking Glass with just some blending filament to give it kind of like a sheen. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Bliss Jobelin from Fabrics by Stephanie. I did stitch her skin over 1. She really doesn't have a lot left. I do have a lot. You can kind of see the blending filament there. I started with a half stitch and it wasn't enough, so I am full crossing them. But yeah, this side of her dress is basically done. I just need to finish the other side and the ribbons that cascade down and then fill in the mirror. So I think this one and the mermaid you just saw, they're my 2 closest mirrors to a finish. I haven't finished a mirror since last year when I finished Mermaid Undine. So this one, I started organizing my fancy ladies last week, pulling the patterns and trying to get things organized. And this is one that I started it probably 10 years ago now. And I really, when I pulled the patterns, it's like, oh, I want to work on these. So it's all one piece. So, I mean, it's 2 patterns, but I'm stitching it as one piece, so it's 1 WIP. This is Maidens of the Season 1, Spring and Summer. And this is Maidens of the Season 2, Autumn and Winter. I am working on Spring and Summer. My fabric is 28 count Jobelin Forest Bloom from Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my progress. I finished, when I picked it up, I had this border done, this side done, and I had about half of this double border done. So I finished it all the way down to the bottom, did the border across the bottom, stitched this border, and it started filling in the leaves on spring. So this is my progress. They do take a fat half. I think they're like 180 tall by 520 wide total. So yeah, this is my progress so far. And I'm keeping this out, like actively working on it. I took it off the Q-Snap just to film this video, so it's going back downstairs with me and back on the Q-Snap. This one, oh, I don't have a cover of this one either, but if I remember, I'll add in a photo, but it's Emerald Mermaid from Mirabilia. This is a die stitch love Joblin. I just started with her hand. I'll try to pop in a photo if I remember. This is another one I don't have the cover for some reason. This is January Garnet Fairy, and this is on, I think it's called Pandora. It's 28 count Joblin. I don't know if it's made anymore from Fabrics by Stephanie, but this is my progress. When I first started stitching Mirabilia, I thought, oh, I'm just gonna, get the cheaper thread. I didn't know what the difference between a water lilies and, what is this called? The pearl cotton. I can't think of the name of it. The Karen pearl cotton, but that red is a pearl cotton. And I still have them, but I also have the silks, the water lilies, so I don't know if I'm going to continue with the pearl cotton. I think it looks fine. There's not like a big, you can't tell a difference between the DMC and the weight of the pearl cotton, so I probably will just continue with it instead of ripping it out and restitching it. Yet another one. I don't know where my patterns are, apparently. This is Christmas in London, and I have the tiniest start on it. I think this is Silk Weaver, 32 count linen, in Marshmallow Fudge, I think is the name of it. I'm stitching this without all the blue stuff, so I'm just stitching her, the curtains, and like the mantle with the stockings, and the table, and the Christmas tree. So everything but the blue background. Now that I know there's like 3 projects without patterns, I'll remember to come back and add the photos in. 4 patterns. This is Mariposa, Queen Mariposa, and she is stitched on 28 count. Yeah, 28 count. 32 count. It's an Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics, and Christmas in Williamsburg is the name. This is my progress on her. I truly think that's the last one without a photo. This is Aphrodite Mermaid from Mirabilia, and I'm stitching her on Sea God 32 count Opal Belfast from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is my progress on her. I'm not doing this at the bottom. I'm just going to stitch her tail and leave this off. I don't think she needs the shell. I understand what the point of the shell is, but I don't want to stitch it, and I don't think she needs it, so. We just crossed an hour, so. If you're still with me, thank you. This is Rosamond. And I am stitching her on, I think it's Aurora from Crafty Kitten. Yeah, no longer in business. Aurora 32 count opal linen. This is my start on her. I'm just gonna fold this in half so you can see. She's like Nuka, like I love both of them, but they're so like large. But one stitch at a time, right? This is Cathedral Woods Goddess. And I am stitching her on Busy Izzy 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. I have the top half stitched, and I've started working to the bottom of her dress and started to add in the leaves. This is my progress on her. I love her on this fabric. I love the way the water lilies kind of look on the fabric. This is Zelda. And I'm stitching her on a 32 count linen from Black Cauldron Dye Works. It's my progress on her. I picked it up a couple weeks ago. I got it out and I started stitching this white here, and I wasn't feeling it, so I put it back away. This is Sleeping Princess. And I'm stitching this on a not silk weaver, Sugar Maple Fabrics. I think this is called Mindy's Medley. It's a Lugana or Jubilee. This is my little start on it. That's another one. When I was pulling all of my WIPs, I thought I'd like to work on that one. So she was at the top of the pile. This is Lady of the Mist. I'm stitching this on 32 count Hades Realm from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's this gray kind of gradient. This is my start. Not much. Oh, it's an opal. It's an opal 32 count linen. This is March Aquamarine Fairy. And I'm stitching this on, I believe it's called Keone, 32 count Lugana, Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. And that's my progress. This is Charlotte. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Fruit Punch from Fabrics by Stephanie. It's a Jobelin. I think it goes like this. This is Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. And I'm stitching this on Artemis, 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I think it goes like this. Again, not a huge start, but it's something. This is Florentina. And I am stitching this as my friend Karen turned this into a dog. So I have a dog conversion. This is 32 count, I believe it's called Daphne from Under the Sea Fabrics, 32 count linen. This is my progress. This is the Garden Party. And I'm stitching this on Witching Hour, 32 count opal linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I just have the start of a white dress. This is Veronica. And this is on 32 count Looking Glass. I'm not sure that I want to continue with this fabric, but here's my progress or start. Might even go, might go like this, I don't know. This is Mermaid Perfume. And this is on a 32 count, I think it's 28 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but this is my progress on her. This is Snow Queen. And I'm stitching it on, also on Keone, 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I think it goes like this. You can barely see my start there. My problem with this chart is there's no on the page break. Usually there's repeated rows. There's not on this one. So it's been kind of, starting in the middle was rough to try to make sure it was all lined up. this one, this is Echo Lake, and I know I'm not gonna finish this on this fabric. I'm gonna rip it out and save the fabric for something else. I started it on Lazy Daisy, 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. And you can barely see it right now, but I thought it would look like, I thought originally I would frame it up to the edge and it would kind of look like a sunrise, but I don't think it fits the rest of it. So I'm gonna frog that and pick something else for it. This is Pretty in Pink, and I'm stitching this on Melody 32 count opal linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my start. Not a lot yet, but my friend Mindy just finished her, and she's really pretty when she's done. This was one of my leap year starts last year. This is Ada, the Garden Fairy. And I'm stitching it on, I believe this is Abyss, 28 count Lugana from Pole Stitches. The goal is to have it finished by the next leap day, so I have 3 years left. This is Ella the Frog Princess. And I'm stitching this on Gina, Opal Lugana, 28, no, I think it's a 32 count from Fabrics by Stephanie. My progress on her. This is Miss Christmas Eve. And I'm stitching her on 32 count opal linen. I believe it's called Crushed Apple from, I don't know, Pole Stitches maybe? That's my start on her. I know the fabric's called Crushed Apples, I just can't remember who the dyer is. This is Miss Cherry Blossom. And I'm stitching her on Sniff and Sneeze Jobelin from Pole Stitches. Here's my progress on her. I started this at the very first Michigan Stitch Retreat when she first came out. This is Miss Dancing Flower. I'm stitching her on a 32 count linen. That's my start. This one is Moonflowers. And I'm stitching her on Opal 32 count Red Skies at Night from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's an actual progress to show on her. This is Lady of Mystery. And I'm stitching her on a 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it's Horatio. This is my progress on her. Not looking forward to filling in all that dress down there, but it is what it is. This one is Spring Topiary Garden. Pretty sure this is an Under the Sea Fabrics Jobelin, but I just have this like teeny tiny center start. This is Muka. And I started a tiny little bit. It's a 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. Maybe Artemis or Astraeus. I think it's Astraeus. This is Twin Mermaids. And I'm stitching this on Junebug 28 count Jobelin from Fabrics by Stephanie. They're huge. This is my progress so far. Is Princess Aliana, and I'm stitching it on Stonewash 32 count Opal linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. Maybe like this. Go. Go. This is red. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Winter Solstice from Fabrics by Stephanie. It is a 32 count linen. Go, please. This is the Dreamer. And I'm stitching this on 40 count. It's 40 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is my little start. No, like this. I think this is Ice Princess, maybe, 40 count linen. This is Villa Mirabilia, and I'm stitching this on an Ada that I dyed myself. I think it goes like this. That's my progress. Big, I don't know. You know what? I think it goes like this. This is 3 mermaids. And I'm stitching this on Brigid, 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my progress on them. Everything's as charted. We're almost through this tote. And then I get to put it all away. This is Blossom Goddess. And I'm stitching it on a Fabrics by Stephanie 32 count linen that I don't know the name of. This is my progress. I think it's Thorn something, maybe. Again, I can dig and find out if you want to know anything that I've shown. This is T. And I'm stitching this on Nimue 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. My start on it, the table in the middle. Is Luda. And I'm stitching this on a either Dying for You or Dying for Cross Stitch piece. I split it with, or my friend Jen Upton Stitches sent it to me. She split her piece in half. And this is my progress. I'm stitching her face and skin over one. This is Carrying Wings. I'm stitching it on an Opal Lugana. I believe it's 32 count. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a silk weaver. That's my progress. This is Bianca Bella. And I'm stitching this on Black Magic 28 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. Maybe. That's my progress on her. A bunch of friends and we started this a few years ago, and I think one of us has finished it. This is Lily of the Woods. And I believe mine is on Heaven's Fury, 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I can't tell you how it goes, so we're just gonna hope for the best. My start on her. This one is Renaissance Mermaid. And I'm stitching her on Under the Sea Fabrics, Opal 32 count linen. And that's my progress on her. This is Gypsy Queen. And I'm stitching her on gold, Opal Gold, 32 count linen Heaven's Fury from Under the Sea Fabrics. That's my progress. I do have Sun Goddess finished, and they're like companion pieces, so hopefully when I get her done, I can get her framed the same way and have them hanging together. This is the Raven Queen. I'm stitching her on a Jobelin, Fabrics by Stephanie. I believe it's a 28 count. I know it's 28 count. I can't think of the name though. But here's my progress on her. This might be Melody too. I don't know. I can scroll archives and find it. This is the baker's wife. And I'm stitching her on Peeps 32 count linen from Seraphim Fabrics. This is my progress on her. We have like 8 more and we're done. This is September Sapphire Fairy. And I'm stitching her on, I believe it's called Georgia Peach. I don't think it's made anymore. It's a 32 count Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. That's my progress on her. When I started this, I had to frog it 3 times because I couldn't count apparently, so this is my 3rd start on it. This is Andromeda. And I'm stitching it on 32 count opal linen in the color Ursula from Under the Sea Fabrics. So it's this purple gradient fabric. And this is my progress on her. This is Cassiopeia. And I'm stitching it on a 28 count Jobelin Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my progress on her. This is Lilith of Labrador. And I'm stitching her on Lapis, 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it goes like this. Fabric's wrinkled from being held in the bag, but just a tiny little start. This was my other Leap Day start last year. This is February's Amethyst Fairy. And I'm stitching it on Halcyon Opal 32 count linen. I started it on my lunch break and never picked it back up. This is Red Lady Pirate. And I do plan on, I'm not going to stitch the border, but I'm going to mat it right up to the stitching, which is why I chose the fabric I did. This is 32 count, I believe it's Bahama Mama from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I wanted it to look like a fiery sunset, so this is my start. This one is Shakespeare's Fairies. Stitching it on a 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is my start. It's pretty true there. This is Venetian Opulence. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count Silk Weaver Solo linen. This is my start on her. And last, this is Persephone. And I'm stitching her on a 32 count Jobelin. I think it's called Dusty Purple from Fabrics by Stephanie. And this is my progress. So that's everything. That's all my WIPs wrapped up in a 4-part video. I do have a few other starts that'll be shown in my April update next weekend. And then I'll give you the total WIP count in that video. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I try to answer all my comments, try to reply to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next weekend. Bye, guys.